So I'm in town. I need to cut the post-Sierra beard trim. I need to get new socks because mine are falling apart. Smart Wheels because I didn't have darn toes. And these flip-flops, or fake Crocs, have been with me since the AT, since I wore out the first pair in the Smokies. But now it's time. I got these like Hoka recovery sandals, and oh my god, they have so much cushion. It's friggin' amazing. And they're actually really light. So I got that going for me. So this is gonna be, hang on, I'm not sure if I just feel so terrible doing this, but I just needed a witness. So now, I've got like 3 hours, I think, until my new shoes are delivered to the hostel across the street. So I'm just killing time. I've been here for like 3 days. Actually anxious to get back on the trail, which has not happened in a while, so that probably means this did me good, huh? I don't even know where to put these. I also have to go to the post office because yesterday my headlamp wasn't there for whatever reason. So I'm gonna go there, pick that up. I've been literally putting this phone in like my buff wrapped around my head when I saw my buddy do it with the flashlight on at night, which is really shitty. So I'm gonna get my new headlamp, which I washed and dried the old one on accident. So I'm gonna get that, send my leggings, what else am I sending home? All my old worn out darn tough, so I don't have to like deal with the warranty process now. I can do that when I get home. And yeah, I might save like a pound. Let's see, it's Lake Tahoe in the distance. I caught a hitch, several hitches actually. That's the most convoluted hitch I've ever had to get back to trail, and I'm not on trail. I am somewhere in the Echo Lake Wilderness Boundary Camp Road, whatever this is. I did just pass a whole group of kids back there doing archery lessons, which was cool. I want to get in on it. That'd have been fun. But instead of getting on the trail where I got off, I was just a lazy cheater, and the guy dropped me off at some Johnson Road or anyway. I've been wandering these back roads towards the trail, towards Echo Lake, and I hear there's a ferry that takes you like 2.5 miles across the lakes here. So if I can get on that and it actually lets out near the trail, I finally get that aqua blaze that we missed in Shenandoah in. But wow, oh look, there's a PCT blaze right over there. So let's go look at that and then maybe see about this ferry. And otherwise, this has been a very languorous journey back to trail, and had I gotten here earlier I might push harder and try to get to like Aloha Lake or something for some 5-star camping. But really, I just want to get far enough on the trail that I'm not around not trail stuff or people, and then get in my hammock and watch Stranger Things. I just wanted you guys to see my spot. I made it 5-6 miles in, I don't know, but I'm at Aloha. I came actually way up there, up that hill, way back that way, past Echo Lakes. Now I'm at Aloha Lake, which is pretty stellar. Nice pine forest on that side. On this side, nice kind of Sierra-style mountains, and a brilliant sunset right there. Those trees right down in there. Let's see, right around there, I think. I should obviously be a weather newscaster. That's where my hammock's gonna be. Nice, neat little spot, just kind of fitted in. There's epic spots around there, but there's like a family camping with one huge tent with kids running around screaming, and like, don't really want to listen to that, but also if they're having like a family thing, you know, you kind of want to give them their space. So, yeah. Damn. This is gorgeous. So ideally, with my hammock there, facing that way, I'll be getting a good view of the sunrise, like right up over there. And I love not sleeping in now, not waking up so early, not setting alarms back in the Sierra to walk on the snow, although you can see snow all around me. It's not really a big deal anymore. The last couple of nights, I've just woken up when I woke up, so like 6:30, maybe on the trail by 7:30, and just, oh, I can hear them over there shouting. Just waking up on your own steam instead of to an alarm is so good for the soul. Who just came out to say hi? Hey, Marmot. I should call you Fred. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Don't freak out. You freaked out. Good spot though, bud. It's been a good night. there. I'll show you tomorrow morning, but I hope you can see the sunset. I don't think it's turning out. It is like this, like my jacket, just like this dark, bright orange. So cool. All right, NorCal. Lots of climbing, but I'm really digging the. If you can see, all like the moss on the trees up there. It's beautiful. It's hard to tell in this camera, of course, because you know it's a phone. But when the sun hits it right, especially at the end of the day or near the end of the day, when you're like walking towards sunset, it's really nice. Kind of makes the trees glow. It's a bit of a silver lining, you know. I always look for at least one of those on a bad day. Nibbles was telling me that, let's find a good one here, this line of moss indicates last year's snowfall. So that's pretty, so okay, let's try this one. This guy, see it way up there? There's no way this will probably look good. It's way up there. I'm over 6 feet tall. That's at least 2 of me. That's a lot of snow. Anyway, walking along the pines here. It's kind of a AT kind of day, you know, a bit of a roller coaster, lots of ups and downs. But right here in the pines, I hear cars. We did pass a bunch of campsites earlier. Cars and campsites, at least on the East Coast, often mean trail magic. So maybe we'll get some Dr. Pepper or something later. Got a nice little sunset over there. That's if we can see that guy. That is a deer. He's got a buddy. He keeps coming up real close to the hammock. Hey! Hey! Buddy! Doesn't even care.
Live on it.
You could hang a hammock out there.
Really cool. Trying to get like this.
Look at all the butterflies. Can't tell. Are they in front of us or behind us?
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. That was so cool. We were warned that this descent had crazy poison oak all over the place, so Nibbles, brave warrior, has gone ahead in search of his enemy. P.O. They all look the same! This is real pleasant. Somewhere in NorCal, after the halfway point, which I didn't even take pictures of. Whoops. This giant dead zone. But hey, these purple plants are nice, huh? Where are we coming? We left Chester yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm in Lassen, that's where we are. Lassen Volcanic National Park, in that stretch where you have to have a bear can unless you walk all the way through. So obviously, we're all walking all the way through. I'm on a 12-mile dry stretch right now, which hasn't happened since the desert. I think at 12 I may camp. There's a water source there, and then there's not another one after that for like 12 or 15. Although today it's been like this like all day. Like this is, I don't know if you can really tell. It's either flat or a slight downhill, and there's a 15 miles of it. So part of me wants to push that whole 15, get to the old station, I think it's called. It's like a town or a grocery store or whatever. But I hear they close at 5, and I don't think I'd get there till 6. And that's kind of harsh just because there's no water there to my knowledge. So I would either have to pack out like 5 to make it there and then dry camp, or, you know, just not go that far. But it's such an easy day. I want to go that far. That would be almost 30 miles for me. I think Nibbles is like 5 or so ahead. I hung out for an extra 2 hours after we got back on the trail before I started hiking. So I hope he's up at 12 and we can discuss. Or maybe someone's heard about a trail angel, or like, you know, the general store or something probably has like a faucet in the back. But that's a big risk to take because you're either carrying like an extra 8 pounds or you're just screwed. Why are there like 3 live pine trees in this whole mess of burnt trees? Check out behind me. Everything's burnt. But here are these three. Good on you, trees. Keep fighting the good fight. Walking along the Hat Creek Rim. We're way up there. This big valley down there. You can see Shasta way out there in the distance. It dominates the landscape. Like to the eye on the phone, it doesn't look so hot. But otherwise, we're just following this trail. It's been mostly flat. Lots of downhill stretches. It's been kind of amazingly easy. But, and there's always a but. Tomorrow morning, doing 30 means we get to Nero into Bernie Lake, Bernie Falls. There's maybe the town's just named Bernie, I can't remember. But it's a town, and I'm going there. And we're gonna get there in the morning and I think get a hotel room. See if you can see Shasta. Can you see Shasta? Right there. No. Oh well. It's an iPhone, folks. Alright. I think I have under 4 miles to go to this stream or lake or whatever the heck it is. Look at how flat this is. Not only AT. It's a very AT-esque campsite. Leaves on the ground. I feel like I just took a corner and found myself in deciduous forest. It's really weird. Except no tarp and tons of mosquitoes. Dinner tableau down here. Boiling the water for the mac and cheese. Some Sour Patch Kids for dessert. Some water to filter. Going in town tomorrow for the whole day. I think we're narrowing in. I think I only have like 3 miles left. Let's see. Let's check. Ooh, how many miles? 31.1. I actually thought it'd be longer. Oh well, still my longest day ever, actually. And man, I'm so ready for town. Like, yeah. This is about as filthy as I think I've been. I didn't even put on sunscreen on my legs today. It was just unnecessary. Sun mud's back. Mosquitoes are awful here. I think it's because right over there somewhere there's a big old lake. Lots of people were fishing. I waved at a few. He like hollered back. I was really hoping he'd like pull some beer out of his cooler or something. But yeah. Somewhere on Gut Hook said there was bear and mountain lion activity in this region and that apparently locals do not recommend you camp here. But that was from 2017 and I don't know, shit. It just sort of sound like up that way. It didn't really sound like a mountain lion, but it didn't not sound like a mountain lion. Then I heard this really low kind of sound and for a half second I was like, is that a growl? Oh God, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm gonna die! This is actually a great spot. Aside from the AT nostalgia, the breeze is picking up and those bugs are going away. I've got my mac and cheese and my little koozie over here. It's warm out. I've been told once we get into Oregon, a lot of these nights especially are going to be a lot cooler. But like on the AT, I remember switching out around, well, in like June or something from my 40 degree stuff instead of the 20 degree underquilts like that right there. That's a 20 degree underquilt, which does not at all feel like a 20 degree underquilt. If there's like a breeze or something and it's like 40 degrees, sometimes I still get like a cold butt. I think it's just because I've used it so much and it needs a good washing. But yeah, so far the 20s have been fine this whole trip for the most part. But lately, man, I've been like waking up most of these nights like just drenched in sweat. Your shirt's soaked. Last night I didn't sleep with like any clothes on just cause. And I woke up like dripping sweat still. So then you get out of the hammock and you're like, ah, gross. And now it's a cold breeze. So you're like hoping that dries you off, but you're like shaking because it's cold. And I'm peeing because I'm being proactive and multitasking. Meanwhile, you're like, I want the inside of my quilt to dry because that's gross. And then I just kind of like sat back in my hammock and at like 4 in the morning, like cold and dripping wet, just like, well, this sucks. So tonight, by the big blue shirt over there, I've got my top quilt just curled in a ball under my ridgeline, so hopefully it'll stay up there and just the warmth of the underquilt and the breeze. Maybe I won't be miserable. Who knows? I think I'm bored and need attention, so I'm gonna get it from you while I'm doing it myself, which doesn't make any sense. But mac and cheese is ready. Oh God, I love how orange it is. Yes. Yes, we got the turmeric, or turmeric. I don't know if that's a typo or I've been saying turmeric wrong this whole time. Patch Kids for dessert, and I've been using this stuff a lot, and it's great. I like it a lot. Wait, ooh. Also turmeric. Okay, I've just been wrong my whole life. Neato. This is hitting the spot. You know what else would hit the spot? A little bit of whiskey, bourbon. I packed out like, get out of here. I took one of those tiny little plastic bottles from South Lake Tahoe, I think. I went to the pharmacy to get a single roll of TP, because everywhere else you can only buy them in like 4-packs. And then I keep forgetting I'm on the West Coast and you can buy liquor from like grocery stores and pharmacies. So and Jim Beam was on sale for like $9 or $10. And I walked out of there with a roll of TP and a small bottle of bourbon. And ended up carrying it for like a week before Nibbles and I split it one night before heading into Sierra City. What a pleasant evening that was. And that'd be nice right now. Just hanging out by my hammock. Maybe I'm just being weird. Weirdo in the woods, eating mac and cheese out of a pot, sitting on a log in his underwear. But maybe that makes you weirder for watching a guy eating mac and cheese out of a pot in the woods, sitting on a log in his underwear.